It's tough for these kids who get fame so young when they don't even know who they are yet.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I've realized, the people that we're drawn to, especially famous people, a lot of them tend to have, that we find out that are cool, that we find are interesting, and that we find relatable, especially with comedians. They're people who got famous late in life.
Right.
Bill Burr got famous late.
Yeah.
You know, late 30s, 40s, right? Even Louis until what happened, but it was like late in life,
Even
right?
Kevin Hart
later, definitely later, right? And what happens is when you get famous late in life, you establish who you are as a man or woman already.
Yes.
You go through your 20s and some of your 30s where you start realizing, oh, this is what I'm insecure about. This is what I'm confident about.
Yep.
This is what I believe. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. I'm good at socializing with people. I'm not good at socializing with people. You get comfortable in your own skin and you truly find out who you are as a man or woman.
Right.
So now the fame doesn't really adjust that much.
Yeah.
Right? You just continue to be yourself in these environments, and you're comfortable being vulnerable because you know who you are and what your vulnerabilities are, right? That's why we fucking love Bill Burr. He literally feels like he hasn't changed at all since he got famous. Sebastian Maniscalco, another comedian, feels like he hasn't changed at all since he got famous. And I'm sure there's a bunch of actors who have gotten success later in their career, and it really just hasn't shifted them. Right. These athletes get famous at 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
They have no fucking clue who they are. So now who they are becomes what people say they are.
That's very true.
Right?
Yep.
So you have no clue what your foundation is. You know you're confident at football, but these people truly really don't know much about the rest of the world. They've dedicated their entire life to football. Yep. So their identity is dependent on this football thing. And it's dependent now also on this other thing, what people are saying about them.
Right.
Jeremy Piven is a bad example, but he was the guy who played Ari on Entourage.
Yeah.
And he's become Ari.
Right.
Andrew Dice Clay, another one. Andrew Dice Clay was a Jewish guy from Brooklyn who was playing an Italian character.
Right.
All of a sudden, he is this character, right?
Yeah.
People want you to be Ari from Entourage,
right.
and they want you to be Andrew Dice Clay, and all of a sudden you start going, well, I guess I am that. You don't have a strong enough constitution in who you are because you were too young when you got the fame.
Yep.
You don't have a strong enough constitution to be like, well, that's not me. That's just a character.
Yeah, you don't have the sense. It takes a long time to figure out who you are.
You know what? And I credit this. David Schwimmer from Friends,
right?
Ross, the guy who played Ross.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty miserable. And I respect it. And you know why he's miserable?
Because everybody wants Ross.
And he won't fucking give it to him.
Yeah.
He said, that's not me. I'm not fucking Ross. Okay? I'm not going to live up to this expectation that you guys have of me. Right. Now, it's impressive he was able to do that, being that he got famous with Ross so young.
Right.
But like Seinfeld's another one, unapologetically who he himself, and he got famous late.
And I'm dying to piss, but I need to say this.
Yeah.
LeBron, that also makes it really incredible. Because I remember LeBron, I used to see him and say, this guy is really not comfortable in his own skin. I used to really like Dwayne Wade because he seems so much more comfortable in his own skin than LeBron.
Yes.
Just natural in interviews. LeBron was always trying too hard.
Yep.
And then I thought about it. I was like, this is an 18-year-old kid who got handed the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was...
With the greatest expectations ever of any athlete in history.
Yeah. And I was like 6 months older, so I was thinking, now I look back like I had no fucking clue who I was at 24.
Yeah.
But now you have seen LeBron make it through that, and now he just is himself, and he knows who he is.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive to see that he didn't... I mean, I think Miami 2011 was part of that, like trying to please everybody else, but he made it through the other side.
No, it's really impressive to see, and it takes a lot of fucking confidence and like real talk. Go pee, and hurry up. But I'll keep on, kind of elaborating on this point. But yeah, it's something that I thought. I remember I was talking to somebody after a show, and somebody kind of commented, are you worried that you'll change when shit blows up? Are you worried things are going to be different when it blows up? And they're like, yeah, you're so similar to how you are at the, on the podcast or how I see you. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm 34. It's like, what is there for me at this age to change into? Who would I become? What is this person that I would be? No, I have already really worked hard on becoming that. And I remember when I was young and I got the Guy Code show, and there was some fame attached to that. And I would be interacting with people, and I felt an expectation to live up to this idea that they had of me. I was like, I guess I got to be funny in the moment. I guess I got to do these types of things. I got to be this kind of person. And if I felt that, I can't imagine what Odell Beckham is thinking. I can't imagine what these athletes are thinking. You know, every time Odell meets somebody, they're probably like, dance. And he's like, all right, I got to do a dance. You know, I'm good at dancing. I should dance now. You know, you just don't know who you are enough to operate in that world and push up against resistance. Because sometimes who you are is not what people expect, and they get upset, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to let this person down, right? So it takes a lot of, like, if you watch Jerry Seinfeld, he's a really interesting one to point out. Jerry says some things that are completely rude and almost dickish.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets away with it because he's being authentic in who he is. There's an entire show called Curb Your Enthusiasm based on the idea of being yourself in every moment, even when yourself might not be the best way to be. You know, Larry David's character is basically someone who goes, I'm just going to be me every fucking second of today.
You know why else, to tie it all together, you know why else Seinfeld gets away with it? Why Larry David gets away with it? Because they win.
Absolutely. 100%.
If Larry David is broke, he's a
He's
miserable
a dick.
motherfucker.
He's a miserable, fucking cranky dick. Absolutely.
But he's worth damn near $1 billion, and God bless him.
He's Ari Spears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he's
broke.
He's Ari's, yeah.
You know,
Aries,
whatever his name is. Ari Spears. Yeah, he's just upset, miserable, angry at everything. But if Aries was a billionaire, we'd be like, this guy's so funny.
Refreshing.
Look how pissed off he still is. He's got $1 billion.
Refreshing honesty.
Yeah, he's still on stage, still doing comedy. What a fucking guy. So there is something to it. It's like people listening now that are young, and you feel like in certain environments you find yourself like kind of wavering a little bit and like letting your personality be, affected by the people around you. That's normal.
Yeah.
You're still getting your fucking footing in the ground.
Right.
Finding out who the fuck you are. Go look back at all your pictures. When you're in high school, you dress like all those other guys. In college, you dress like these guys. And now you're at your job, you dress like them. You're influenced by your environment. And eventually you get to a certain age where you're like, this is how the fuck I like to dress. I like wearing comfortable sneakers.
Right.
Or whatever it is. You find out who the fuck you really are. I am like, we need to get like a young athlete on here. No, maybe an old athlete on here. But they got fame young. And just ask them what that was like, and ask them if they've ever really found self, if they really truly know who they are, or so much of who they are was influenced by what people told them they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Think about these athletes, man. They're 19 years old. The team is telling them how to talk in interviews. The team is telling them how to respond to the press, what to tweet, what not to tweet. They don't even have a chance to develop their sense of humor.
No.
Right? Like...
No. Because everything, it's like, I remember you said this about this really hot girl. She was awkward, and you're like, of course she's awkward. No one has ever known how to talk to her whole life.
Yeah. She's dealing with people at their most awkward.
Yeah.
You're this beautiful woman. You're dealing with stuttering dudes all the time. You're not getting, like, normal conversation.
Similarly, if you're an athlete, everybody already loves you. So, like, how can I... Yep. I got funny because I was fat.
Defense mechanism.
Yeah.
No one gets funny because they're feeling so great about themselves.
Right.
Right? You're getting funny to protect yourself. It's a fucking weapon.
Constant adulation if you're an athlete. What do you have to protect yourself from? It's tough, man. It's tough to know who you are, to be a person when you're famous and rich that young.
Absolutely. And imagine not having, like, a strong family unit.
Oh, fuck.
It's like people, dude, it's like people are like, how the fuck are, like, Russell Westbrook is like, how the fuck is he so confident and, like, so strong about who he is and, like, unwavering in his convictions to, like, play the way he does, and not only play the way he does, like, to dance gay in front of, like, every show, like, not every show, every game is, I'm gonna do this little thing and my other guy and we're gonna do it, and it's just like, why? Because he's got, like, 2 friends and both of them are his parents. And they're just reinstating who he is and reminding him who he is constantly. And it's like, they're going to kiss your ass. But when you come over here, you better fucking take your plate and wash it. Yep. Okay, Mom, I'll wash it.
Yeah.
It It is a crazy thing, and I'm not surprised more of the. I mean, you see it all the time with these like young Hollywood kids. They just fizzle out.
Yeah.
That's really hard. But I'm surprised it doesn't happen with more athletes. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at what we're seeing with Odell, and this kind of like that public cry out in a weird way, because that's what it is.
Yeah, but I think they're just so transcendently talented that like that can carry them through.
And that happens a lot of times. We forgive a lot of that. But like what Odell is doing, like when we really sit down and talk about it, right? And like figure out what it is. He's just bitching.
Yeah. 100%.
Right? He's bitching, but why is he bitching, right? He's bitching because he thinks that he can be greater than he is. And he thinks that because every day people are telling him you can be greater than who you are. And he's believing it. And it's easy to get involved in that matrix, right?
Right.
It's so easy to go on Twitter and hear all the good shit.
Meaning he could be greater than he is if his teammates were better.
There you go.
He's getting told it's not your fault, it's everybody else's
It's
fault.
everybody else's fault.
Everybody else holding you back.
Hey, you should be getting 200 yards a game. And then he starts going, I should.
Yeah.
Why am I not getting 200 yards a game?
Every time you touch the ball, you score.
Yeah, well, you should be getting 20 touches a game. AB's getting 20 touches a game. Why aren't you getting 20?
You better than
And then he
AB.
goes, I should. You're believing the hype because you're not sure who you really are.
Right.
Someone who's sure who they really are goes, you know what? Maybe the offensive scheme, because I'm the most talented person on the team, and they know they're going to me every single time, they double me a little bit more.
Right.
Whereas AB also has Juju.
Yeah.
So they can't really throw as many
Well,
doubles on
you
AB.
got Sterling Shepard on the Giants.
Exactly. Right? Like,
I think he's
Sterling is not Juju.
Yeah. Okay. I think he's good, though.
But is he elite? Like, I don't hear
No,
anybody.
I don't think Juju's elite.
Is he Adam Thielen?
No.
Do you know what I mean? I think Juju might be elite, but whatever. That doesn't matter. The point is like, there are other ways to go look at it.
Right.
But when you're in that matrix, man, and we've both been in it.
Yeah.
You know, you do back in the day our little shows, TV shows. You go and look and see what the comments were.
Yeah.
You know, how did I do? How did you just reinforcing it?
Yeah.
Filling the void. It's a fucking tough thing, man.
It's tough. It's real tough to know. It's just tough to constantly get feedback in general. But yeah, especially if you're 18, 19. Yeah. Yeah.
Just takes time to find out, man. Takes time to find who you are. I think it's one reason why people find so much comfort in culture.
Oh, it's roots right there. That's roots.
It is a formula to fit in.
Right.
And we like the formula. We like the rules. We like, how do I be a person?
Most of us want to be led.
Of course, absolutely we want to be led, but more so than just being led, it's like we want to know how to be.
Right.
Why do you think religion works so well for so many people? It's like, what, there's no fucking rules in the world? Hey, here are the rules. Tablet, 10 things. Don't do that.
You don't want to have to think about too much.
Thank you.
Chipotle built $1 billion restaurant off of the idea that people don't want to think too much.
Chicken, pork, beef, barbacoa. You're like, what the fuck is barbacoa?
Yeah, that's too much already.
What, I gotta speak another language? Just give me the chicken, pork.
You notice Chipotle fell off once they started introducing fucking sofritas and queso. And now everybody's like, yo, I'm done with Chipotle, man. I'm done. I'm over it.
Too many options. I have so much admiration for these people that can go into Walmart without a panic attack. I go into Walmart and I literally start shaking. I'm like, I need a lawnmower. I need it. I need a fucking lawnmower. I didn't know I needed that, but I have to walk a fucking 500 what is it called? 5K just to get to the eggs in the Walmart, just to get to the beer. And on the way, I'm seeing shit. I need a sweatsuit. I need all this
IKEA.
stuff. It's too much. The IKEA is a perfect example.
I need a spatula. I didn't know I needed a spatula until I walked by the fucking spatulas to
I
leave.
didn't know how to spell it. I saw it and I thought it was a fucking couch or something. I thought it was a Swedish word. Shout out to Alex.